This is a video from eSkills Zone. For more videos, notes, and certificates, please visit www.eskillszone.com.
Hello and welcome, hi viewers. Today in this video we'll learn how to create a program to print sum of squares of first 10 even numbers using for next level. So let's switch to the IDE or GW Basic Programming Language. So here we will type a program. A line number 10 we will type for n equal to 2 to 10. Step 2. Line number 20 we will type sum equal to sum plus n raised to the power 2. Line number 30 we will type next and line number 40 we will type print sum of squares of even numbers equal to double quote semicolon. So line number 50 will type en. I'm gonna run this program and let's see the output. So there's a syntax error line number 10. So let's correct it. There should be no space between step and 2, so we'll edit it. We'll type edit in line number 10, and here we'll type step 2 like this. And now I'm going to save it and we'll press sum of squares like sum of sqr.es. Then we will load, we'll press the F3 key and we'll type sum of sqr.es, and I'll press the F3 key. So this is syntax error in line number 10 again. So we're gonna, this is the program, here's the program. Now we're gonna run it. So this is the output of the program, which is 220, because now I'm gonna explain the execution of this program line by line. Line number 10, we have used for loop, which is a counter loop, and we have used variable name n equal to 2, which is an initial value and assigned to n, and the loop will continue executing and repeating from 2 to 10. 10 is the final value, the last value, and there will be increment of 2 because we need the even numbers, squares of even numbers to be printed on screen, but even the sum of squares of even numbers. So we need the first 10 even numbers. The first 10 even numbers are, or first 5 even numbers are from 2 to 10 are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, because they are divisible of 2, so they are called even numbers. And then we have used a variable named sum at line number 20, and we've used sum equal to sum plus n raised to power 2. So there is the right hand side, is an equals to sign, and this is the left hand side. So this whole formula will be calculated first, and the whole formula calculated value will be assigned to the variable in sum over here. So here the sum has a value of 0, but there is a plus sign, and then n raised to power 2 means the first value of the n is 2, and 2 raised to power 2 is equal to 4. So first the value of 2 will be stored to the sum, then there will be an increment of 2, and the value of sum is now become 4, and 4 raised to power 2 equal to 16. So 16 will be stored to sum, and then the loop will be executed, and there is increment of 16 raised to power. So here the value of sum is equal to 0 and plus n raised to power 2. So first the value of n is 2, so 2 raised to power 2 is equal to 4. Then now the loop will be executed, but it will check it will continue repeating till the value of 10. So now the 4 is stored in sum. Now the loop will again execute it, and now the value of n is now 4 because there's an increment of 2. So in this line number 20, now n has become 4. So 4 is to power 2 means 4 square is equal to 16. So 16 now will be added to 4. Now this sum has the total of 16 plus 4. Now there's an next n, but the control will be transferred to line number 10, and it will check the value of n, that it reaches the value of 10 or not. But here the value of n is 4 because there's an increment of 2. Now the value of n has become, line number 20 is 8, and 8 is to power 2 is equal to, now the value of the n has become 6 because we have calculated the value of 4 is to power 2, which was 16, but now here there's an increment of 2. Now the value of n has become 6, and 6 is to power 2 is equal to 36. So now the value of 36 has now stored to the value of the sum, and now the total has become 4 plus 16 plus 36, and 36 has been stored. Total 36 plus 16 plus 4 has been stored to this sum. Now the loop will be executed and will check whether the n reaches the value of 10, but there's an increment of 2. So now the value of n has become 8, and here at line number 20, the value of 8 is to power 2 means 64 will be added to this sum. And now this sum has the total of 4 plus 16 plus 36 plus 64. Now there's a next n, but the control will be transferred to line number 10 to check whether the value of n has become 10 or not. But now there's an increment of 2, the last value. So the last value of n was 8. Now then there's an increment of 2. Now the n has become 10, which is the final value. So this is 10, and 10 is to power 2 is equal to 4. So 100 will be added to this sum, and now this sum has the total of 4 plus 16 plus 36 plus 64 plus 100, which makes equal to total of 220. So now this next n will, now the control will be transferred to line number 30, and this 30 will now check whether, now this line number 30 switches the control to line number 10, and at line number 10 now this for loop checks whether the value of n has become 10 or not. Now the value has reaches the value of 10. Now the loop will be terminated and the control will be transferred to the line number 40. Line number 20 will be ignored, line number 30 will be ignored, and now the control will be transferred from the line number 10 to the line number 40. And now there is the print statement which is used to display the result on the screen and shows some of series of even numbers like this. You can see as an output on the screen, and there's an equal to sign, double quotes, and semicolon is used to give a space right over here, and this sum has now the total of 220, which you can see on the screen. So this is the whole execution of the program. I'm going to explain it line by line. So let's see how it is done. So I'm going to explain the program one line by line. At line number 10, there is a counter loop which has the initial value 2 and final value 10, and there is an increment of 2 since we would like to show the sum of squares of any numbers from 2 to 10, which are first 5 unit numbers. Okay? Now, when first time when the loop will be executed and is assigned the initial value 2, and then the control will be transfer to line number 20 sequentially. At line number 20, value of sum at left hand side and right hand side have the value of 0 by default, and the value of n raised to the power means that now the value of n will be multiplied with n, which becomes 4, and this 4 will be assigned and stored to the variable named sum at the left hand side. So this is the first time when the loop will be executed. Next time, at line number 30, you can see next statement, which will transfer the control to for loop to check whether the value of n has become 10 or not. Since the value of n is lesser than 10 and there will be an increment of 2, so now the value of n becomes 4. Now at the line number 20, sum has the value of 4, and now the value of n is also 4, but there is a calculation of n raised to the power 2, which makes 4 into 4 equal to 16. So now this 16 will be added to the last value of sum, which was 4, and then it was 4, and then the total at now and then the total becomes 20 at right hand side, and this 20 will be stored to sum at left hand side. Line number 30. Next statement will transfer the control to line number 10 to check whether the value of n reaches 10 or not. Since the value still doesn't reach 10, therefore the will be an increment of 2, and last value of n was 4, and now 4 plus 2 makes 6. Now n has the value of 6, and at line number 20, the square of n will be calculated. It means 6 raised to the power 2 equal to 6 into 6 makes 36, and this 36 will be added to the value of sum at right hand side, which has the previous calculated value of 20. So this 20 plus 36 makes 56, and this 56 from right hand side will be assigned and stored to the variable named sum at left hand side. At line number now at line number 30, next statement again transfer the control to line number 10 and at line number 10 now accordingly increment of 2 makes the value of n to 8, and this 8 raised to the power 2 at line number 20 will be calculated, which means 8 into 8 equal to 64. You can see right over here, this is the program, and now this 64 will be added to the value of sum at right hand side, which makes 56 plus 64. So this 56 plus 64 makes 120, and this 120 will be added to the variable named sum at the left hand side. Now at line number 30, the next statement again transfers the control to line number 10, and at line number 10 by increasing the value of n with 2 makes the value of n from 8 to 10. You remember that the last value of the 8 was 10, the square of the 8 in the 8 makes 64. Now this is the final value which we needed in line number 20. value of n means 10 raised to the power 2 makes 10 into 10 equal to 100 will be added to the value of sum at right hand side, which has the value 120, and now this 100 plus 120 plus 100 will makes equal to 220 will be calculated at right hand side, and this 220 will be assigned and stored to variable mean sum at the left hand side. So this is the whole repetition of the loop. So the loop will continue repeating itself from n equal to 2 to 10. So 10 loop repetition has now completed. Now this program will, now the loop will be terminated, and now after executing and adding the value of 100 of 10, it makes a total of 220, which has been stored at its variable sum on the left hand side. The loop, this structure of the loop will be terminated and stop execution, and now the control will be transferred to the line number 40. And line number 40, you can see now the loop reaches its final value of 10, and this control will exit its final value of 10 and terminate it. Control will exit from the loop structure, and line number 40 will be executed, where you can see a messages sum of squares of even numbers mentioned enclosed in double quotes used with the print statement, and this, and after semicolon, which is used to give space. This is the space I'm talking about after the equal to sign. You can see variable name sum not enclosed in the double quotes, so the value stored in this sum will be displayed on the screen, and the value was 220, which we wanted as an output on the screen to be printed out. So here you can see here we can find the last value 220, which we wanted as an output on the screen. So this sum will show the value of 220 main sum and the single main sum, which has the final calculated value 220, which is the required result of this program. So that's all. Thanks for watching my video. I hope that I have given a detailed explanation and interpretation, which is quite helpful for you guys to understand the concept, how this program is executed line by line. Thanks for watching my video, and keep continuing my watching my videos as well.